There you
Hello,
go.
I can see you cutting your mouth.
Yeah, it gets over my lip and start eating it. It's like, no.
Yeah, I'm doing that with this. It's ridiculous.
It's not even the top, it's the sides, because it's like,
Have you ever done that? Try and
I
twiddle it
have,
up.
but the guy at work, he's got like the real bushy out moustache that way. And I was like, dude, go get yourself some moustache wax.
Yeah.
He could get it to twirl, I reckon, like full. It's just,
I used to be able to get it to curl up a little bit, and that was about it.
yeah, I'm working on this one at the moment, because that's about,
Yeah. Anyway.
it goes down past my chin, so.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
before
yeah.
people go, oh, this is a beard episode. No, it's not. This, although you may, from
Your
what
beard
we've
is
seen
weird.
so far, you may want to go with a beard episode.
Mm.
We've been thinking about celebrities that do ghost hunting shows and things like that. And Jeremy came across one which I think the first thing he wants to do is give everybody a warning before we react.
It could be.
I haven't seen it yet.
They've only seen like the first 10 seconds. There could be some adult themes. There could be some language. But if you want to keep watching it and find out, well, you want to.
Yeah, so this episode is all about a couple of wrestlers, rock and wrestlers or whatever they call themselves, turning into
divas.
paranormal investigators. So I don't know how legit this is going to be, because the last time I watched something like this was those two girls that ended up half naked, pillow fighting, and yeah.
Wrong
And
website.
Literally all I remember about that is the pillow fighting, the half nakedness, and then that lady who was on the Ouija board, and you could actually see her pushing
Moving the planchette.
pushing it with the fingers and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. So we're talking about Scarlett and Shotzi, WWE stars turned ghost hunters. I don't know who these people are, because I don't watch the wrestling, and I certainly don't know what to expect from this, but this is one that Jeremy
Found.
so bear with me while I
Don't hate me.
share screen. Let's see.
Maybe it's just people just want to becoming relevant again, I think.
Hang on, I've got to try and find the right screen. Where's it gone? I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why.
You could always put up the technical difficulties page with the coloured bars now.
Let's go and see what happens. Here we go.
I like this one.
Well, no, I'm not.
It is Mythos, and today we're checking out a channel.
I
And
didn't realise it was this guy.
Oh,
Scarlett. And I'm Shotzi. And welcome to our
So we're watching a reaction of a reaction.
thing is with these
Didn't
two,
realise it was a reaction.
I
Yeah.
didn't know them. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad I found the channel before I seen them wrestling, because I may not have clicked, because I would have just thought all of the ghost hunts were going to be absolutely nuts and overacted.
This guy is from my part of the UK.
just thinking about all the carnage.
Yo, what the fuck?
It was a pleasure.
Wow.
No, they're just actually super normal in the videos. Now, the thing is, when I seen they were already famous, I was like, oh, here we go. More celebs jumping onto YouTube, more celebs getting into paranormal investigations because other certain big channels are doing it and getting bigger. And I've watched all of their videos now, and they are actually into this stuff. They are genuinely into the paranormal.
Really?
As WWE superstars, we have had the fortunate opportunity to travel all over the world. And we have always been fascinated by the paranormal. And in our travels, we've stayed at the most haunted places.
It's not just something they're doing because
Wow,
of
that's
that
okay.
doing it. But
I'm going to have to reach out to this guy, try and get him on the podcast, because he's from my part of England, the
to
northeast.
say about them already being famous, and as they say, for stars, they're already so good on camera. They started their ghosty stuff on WWE's channel, but now they're on their own channel and they're aware. They are very good at what they do. You don't just see a channel come out of nowhere and be as good as them, as confident on camera as them straight away. They've also got two camera guys with them, which is a rare thing for a channel, especially like a new channel. It's usually just some idiot holding a camera to his face. Bastard. They get as good when they're doing talking bits, So overall, surrounding the channel, it's good. They're great. But it's what they actually get up to in their investigations where it goes a bit dodgy. Speaking of the big ghosty channels out there, I do get the feeling that they're inspired by those channels because they do a lot of the same stuff as them. They talk about a lot of the same stuff they talk about. If we listen to their podcast episode, they talk about elementals and demons and spirit guides, all things that you often see on these YouTube channels. It also sounds like they've been getting some comments about being fake as well.
Just telling you guys right now, because I know there's
no shit.
a couple of people who say, oh, we're faking this. We do not fake anything. Like,
No.
I swear
No.
on my mother's life, we do not fake
No.
our show.
Boobs, fake boobs.
Why channels out there, I think, don't believe in these things, but they use them to give off an entertaining video where stuff is actually happening. Dude! Whoa! I think Scarlett and Shotzi actually do believe in the devices, though.
And the thing with equipment, this is one thing I just want to add in, because a lot of people question why we use so much equipment.
Mhm.
It's really
'Cause you have
hard
the
on
money.
camera for you guys to understand exactly what we're hearing, feeling, seeing. So we use the equipment also to kind of prove what we're feeling and seeing, but also so you guys have a reference. So you can see, look, there is electromagnetic energy. Look, there are things being influenced by motion, and you can hear things on the voice recorder. A lot of people are like, oh, the spirit boxes don't work. I'm telling you, even I questioned the equipment at first.
Yeah.
I questioned it until things kept lining up.
Yeah. But like to add on to like Spirit Box, you can tell when
Here
it's
we
like
go.
just gibberish and like no one's coming through. Like honestly get disappointed when it's like, man, like this isn't working. We got to change spots. Like sometimes we'll edit those out because like it's just boring and it just didn't work in whatever spot we were at. And it like makes a ton of a difference when they're actually answering the questions. Like words are coming through that you're like, wait, okay, that just matches up way too crazy.
The only thing is, when I once believed in them and looked them up, how they worked, I was like, oh, they're trash. When I bought them all for myself, I was like, oh, they're trash. And now here's the thing. I could be an arsehole, go through their whole channel, take the piss out of everything they do. I could take the piss out of the things they think are genuine paranormal responses. But, as Scarlett says,
What you play out is what you get back. So you're good and you have good intentions, even with the spirits, like you're going to get good stuff.
and I thought,
Yes.
I don't think
Yeah, I agree with
anyone's
that.
made a video on their channel yet, so they might actually watch this. So if this is their introduction into the debunking world of YouTube, and if they are watching, hi, there is a community side of YouTube when it comes to the paranormal. People who investigate themselves, people who try all of this equipment themselves and try to figure out what is going on with what. And at the same time, the debunking community holds other channels out there accountable. They call them out for lying and scamming their audience. And there are plenty of channels out there lying to their audience. There's also quite a few channels out there scamming their audience out of their hard-earned money.
Yep.
So hopefully I could help them out. And it's
like
not
this guy.
about they believe this, I believe that, so I'm right and they're wrong. I believed in that stuff as well until I found people breaking them all down. Now, what I will start off with regarding the fake comments,
I swear on my mother's life, we do not fake.
I don't think these two are faking, mostly. Their Ouija board session is very questionable.
Can you spell poop? Stop. Stop.
It's maybe not faking, but maybe a little
Do you like
dim-witted.
tits?
Yeah, but we joke about this stuff too.
Titties? Yes. Yeah, we like titties. What about the butts? Do you like butt?
And there was this odd bit here, which I did think, when the REM pod gets set off in this place, I was thinking, this is a bit suspicious, because as we found out, people can set these REM pods off with things like this. And here I found a few clips where the REM pod gets set off, where I heard some little clicks, almost as if it's a click of a button of something.
Do you guys want Rose to come in here? Yeah.
It just sounded like a
I
thumbnail.
went back and I looked for more, and I found this one as well.
Hi.
I don't know if she's doing that intentionally or she's just not got her airplane mode stuff on.
Getting this REM pod off, isn't he? But after watching more and more, I didn't hear any more clicks. Just those three there. So maybe it was something else. I'm not too sure. I just thought I would
At least he's honest about it.
What I think is going on rather than them outright faking. I just think overall they're kind of misguided. They have probably watched others using all of this stuff and they got it all, set up a channel and went out to make videos. Now, as I've just said, you can tell Scarlett and Shotzi are into the paranormal and all of this stuff. But just to prove my point a bit, how they're not too sure on the things that they're using, Scarlett says,
So this is a spirit box. A spirit box scans both radio frequencies at the same time at 14 stations a second. So very, very quickly. In between, we're getting spirit voices. So I know a lot of people hear the spirit box and say, oh, it's just radio static. It's radio frequency.
and that is true. The spirit box does work
Yeah, there's a PSB 7.
like she described. But as I carried on watching and noticed they were using a Bluetooth speaker, I was thinking, the spirit box doesn't have Bluetooth. Where is the spirit box in their video? Because
Necrophonics.
you actually have to have this hook to the
Cables,
speaker
yeah.
through a cable. And then their friend asked,
What is this?
and they say that
This is the spirit. So
what they were talking about is the necrophonic app.
this is the spirit. So this is the spirit box going through, and this is attached to a speaker, so it's just easier to hear. But this isn't what's actually in the house.
No,
Yes,
this is it.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's scanning the.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
I was like, oh shit, no way. They are completely mixed up here. They use all
Which is easy to
kinds
mix
of
up.
things, but this is the thing they use the most. The necrophonic app is pretty much out straight away on every video. And I have to tell them the deal with this thing. And if they are watching, girls, just take a second, hear me out. Because I know they said,
It like makes a ton of a difference when they're actually answering the questions. Like words are coming through that you're like, wait, okay, that just matches up way too crazy.
the necrophonic app is complete bullshit. I know they think they've had intelligent communication, but unfortunately it hasn't been. I've watched their whole channel, all of their
It
videos.
might be bullshit in relation to them.
I
but-
will admit though, there have been some funny sounding responses where you could think like, whoa, hang on a minute.
How many times do
Here's
we
how it
actually call
works.
that out?
In this video here, I showed off how the necrophonic app isn't actually spitting out words for you to understand. It isn't actually English like you'd understand. It's backwards. And a lot of it is actually other languages. So basically just gibberish. It relies on your belief in the paranormal.
Yeah,
it relies on something called audio pareidolia. It's up to you to hear something and make out what it is in your head. Your brain will make it sound like a word. The reason why you could be called fake is because of when you put text on screen. It's kind of a bit manipulating
Yeah.
because it's what you thought you heard.
Yeah.
Doing that will make your audience hear that. Once you've read the word on screen while listening to the noise, that noise now sounds like the word you're reading. Okay, so they might be thinking, what are you talking about? You're talking rubbish. We have definitely heard words. So here's a quick demonstration. So what is going on with this necrophonic thing is you are asking a question, and in response to that question, you're expecting a certain type of answer. Is there anyone here with me? We're going to expect a yes or a no, right? Whoa, okay, someone is here with me, but what are you doing here? Breathe? You want to breathe? Why? What's happened to you? Oh my God, wow. Someone killed
So you can see where he's cut this to make it look like something.
Yeah.
strangle you. They used their hands. My God, I am so sorry to hear that. So there we go. There is a quick demonstration of necrophonic. Okay, wait. So you're asking, how is that proof that you just interpret words to make them fit the story that you maybe have in your head? Well, what I didn't tell you is that those sounds weren't really coming from my phone. They were actually sounds which I'd taken from the girls' phones and made it fit my story I created. And putting those words on screen probably helped you hear those words
Smart man.
well, right? The place the girls were at is a place called May Stringer House. The owner of the house is named Marina. The clip I used for Breathe was what they heard and took it as Marina. Just think.
Very
you're at-
smart man.
You hear the history of the place, the families that lived there, the tragedies that happened there. Those things are going to be on your mind, and you end up hearing those because you're expecting to hear things that sound like that. They also use Spirit Talker, and that is just a word bank that spits out random things. Just think, it's made for ghost hunters, so it has lots of ghost stuff in there. I just think it's completely random. It spits out a lot of stuff which could make you think that it's talking about something specific and accurate, but sometimes it just doesn't align up. Such as green hair. That would have freaked everyone out, wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
I just think it's a word bank spitting out random stuff. The problem
A lot
is
of them are.
you don't remember the 300 things that didn't make sense, but you really remember the 5 things that might have aligned up, but it was just all coincidence, like technique. Now, the reason why I think they don't think it's a fake technique is because the way you have to set this thing up is quite fiddly. Most people understand that what they're doing is bullshit. Manipulating this torch to basically make it a faulty device, to make it not work properly. So they often
a lot of effort for
cut out
nothing.
the bit where you set it up. You can see Scarlett here setting it up to get ready and place it down. What is happening here, as I covered in my torch video, is basically a little metal.
See, that's not what happened with that one.
Is just touching another little metal piece because of the fiddly twist when setting it up. Usually it's just on or off, isn't it? But putting that there, setting it up like that, means the tiny little bit of contact the torch is making turns it on just for a split second. It warms up, expands, makes contact and turns on. Because it's not fully making contact though, it does a cycle. It will cool down, contract in, and turns the torch off, repeat and repeat. In between the torch turning on and off, you ask questions, and if it goes on, you can take that as an answer. What you'll see people do if it doesn't turn on is they'll say, okay, stay turned off. And then because it's just off, they'll take that as the answer. It's complete bullshit and
That bit,
manipulation
that kind of
to
thing
make
is,
the audience think something is going on. Because this just repeats and repeats, the gaps in between the torch turning on and off might end up aligning with some questions. So the torch technique might be another reason people have been calling them fake. But as I say, I don't think they're actually aware they're faking like the others. They would have most likely cut out that bit there where she was setting it up. All right, so there are some other things the girls use as well, like cat balls, dowsing rods, and the SLS camera. Now, the thing is with cat balls, give them a little rattle. What you can hear in there is a tiny little metal ball in a casing, and when it touches either side of that casing, it makes the cat ball light up. The things are designed to go off very easy when the cat touches them. They're so delicate, they can be set off so easy. Honestly, just throw them in the bin. The only thing I can think of to not make them flash is listen to the ball, let it drop to one side, and now then rest it on something where it definitely won't roll. The only thing is, when I've tried this, they don't flash, like, at all. Okay. The dowsing rods, I can't even find mine. I've probably chucked them in the bin. As much as people want to believe in them, it's very similar to the Ouija board. If you definitely aren't faking, it's all working from the idiomotor effect, micromuscular movements in your own hands, making
Can
each
attest to that.
unchecked
It's
hormones go wherever you want them to go unconsciously. Next time, if Scarlett and Shotzi want, they could do the Ouija board with a blindfold, even halfway through or multiple times. Get someone to spin the Ouija board around. Next time they do the dowsing rods, they should fix them in place and stand alone. The only thing is, when you have
doesn't work that way though.
blindfold, it takes away the human element. You
Put
can't
earplugs in me
moving
and cover
into
my eyes next dowsing rod session.
Yeah.
thing is,
So
with
I
the
can't hear
rod,
the questions.
static somewhere. It takes away the human element and they don't work. If you want to watch things on the dowsing rods, you could check out James Randi's explanation of what's going on. He says it much better than I could. You could watch Darren Brown's debunk on them. That is a funny one. And you could watch this really good one from Richard Dawkins. This one has always stood out to me because even when the people have been shown the truth that it's all a trick, they still believe and come up with outlandish ways of how it's still real.
State of denial is extraordinary. Even when confronted with hard fact, these dowsers prefer not to face up to truth, but retain their delusion.
But if it works
As
for them,
the SLS device,
then it's not fake.
out Kenny Biddle or Mr. Grey as they break it down and show you how it's just not real. It's a device used to capture your character to input into a game, but it has flaws. These flaws have been exploited by certain people to fool believers into thinking this could be something and make money on it. Those two guys can explain all of that better, so if anyone is interested in checking them
Now
out,
that I've never seen any
Well,
actual
Rod.
credible stuff.
No, yeah.
Okay, so now what? What devices to use then? Well, that's the problem. When you break stuff down, you're not really left with much. And that's why people jump to them, because without them, silence. Nothing. Equaling a boring video. Even sometimes in Scarlett and Shotzi's video, when they're just doing the Ouija board, it's not really dramatized, is it? Nothing's really happening. So they add in spooky music and dramatic music just to make something happen. Just because nothing's happening and it feels a bit exciting when it's really not. So the people who use those things, they want it to be a punchy, drama-filled, exciting video to obviously keep people around and entertained. But doing all of that, using all of that stuff, you will be called fake from the people who understand what's going on with these things. Most are doing it for views and money. I have seen channels switch it up, go crazy and do all of that stuff because it got them more popular. But these two aren't doing it for money. They're fucking WWE superstars. It just seems like a hobby for them. So do you
Pretty sure that was John
need
Cena
all of that
music
stuff
then.
that's flawed and try and go out there without it? I'm not too sure. As I say, I don't watch wrestling, but after watching their videos, I do like them. They are really funny and they do bring some awesome energy, but it's hard to watch them reacting to phone apps, cat balls, dowsing rods, and so on and so on. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. And
What do you think
does.
of that?
I actually kind of want to watch it now.
What, the TV show or more of his stuff?
Yeah, both. Look, everyone's going to have different opinions on things. If dowsing rods didn't work, not only just for the paranormal, for the whole divining for water, well, if it didn't work, explain how it works for running water.
Exactly.
But he does point out a lot of things that you wouldn't think of straight away.
I'm actually going to reach out to him, see if he wants to come on the show, because I really like what he's doing. I mean, I don't necessarily agree 100% with everything he said.
But you don't have to.
No. And that's the beauty of this, providing everybody's respectful of each other's techniques and stuff like that, then we can all benefit from it. And I would love to actually get him on the show.
Well, it might be something we have to look into. But
Yeah, most definitely.
that video turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to, because I thought it was going to be
Boobs and bums.
well, that's good as well, but I thought it was going to be like the last one with pillow fights, and thankfully it wasn't.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to watch a couple of the videos and see how they go as well. I mean, I can see when he was talking about how they're using things and they're sort of setting other things up. I could see that. And yeah, it'll be interesting because I haven't seen anything like that one.
No, it's fresh.
Yeah. And that's what we want.
Especially,
Anyway.
like you say, they're not in it for money. They've got their money.
They're in it for the love of it, or at least for the fun of it. You know, different people start investigating the paranormal for all different reasons and what have you. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with anybody's way of coming into it.
The video that we just watched is only 3 days old as well, so it's not like it's irrelevant.
No, it was good. Enjoyed
Awesome. It was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
that. And it's funny how we actually agreed with him on a lot of stuff because he was speaking real sense. Yes, there were some things that we didn't necessarily agree with, but I can respect and see his point of view with them.
Yep.
And I guess depending on the experience that you have, you can draw your own conclusions, like some of the things that he's not necessarily across. We've done, and we've had some pretty reasonable success with them. And for the most part, you know, you're still got to be able to discount stuff, even if you are having a good day. You've got to be realistic about it. And
You do.
I like this guy. He's good.
You have to take it all with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep, I might have to go find where I can see these videos.
Yeah, me too. So anyway, I think it's time for us to go.
Not a problem. Catch you later.
Take it easy.